Hello everybody, welcome back to the Survival Chances Slim Summary Series. This episode covering cycles 81 through 100. So, what do we get done in the past 20 cycles of our maximum difficulty Oxygen Not Include Let's Play? Well, first off, we have a lot more of everything. We have 5 more dupes, Otto, Banny, Nails, Abe, and Ruby. Welcome aboard. We also have a lot more in the way of farms. We have around 285 farm tiles right now, all with domesticated mealwood, and this should be enough to supply our population of 27 for the time being. We also have a lot more beds, both of the normal cot variety and the triage cot variety, to deal with extra birds that we deal with as we are exploring around the map. We also have a lot more mess tables. Basically, every duplicant now has their own little place to sit and eat, which will add to the morale. We also have a lot more ice makers. We've taken this entire layer right here and filled it with ice makers, and we tried filling ice makers down here, but we also printed some ice from our printing pod. We took a break from printing dupes to print one package of ice, and that's kind of raised the water level in this area just enough to flood these ice makers. So we're going to need to drain a little bit of the water out here and probably put it down here before we can get these ice makers back online. But they operated for a while, and we're doing decently well on heat as a result. We've been able to keep these trees at their normal temperature, and all of our farms, of course, are still looking nice and green. So more ice makers, more triage cots, more mess tables, more beds, more farms. We've also done a lot more exploration around the map. So starting from this direction over here, we have explored out in this area. We found some volcanoes, which thankfully are sealed by abyssalite, a little bit of water, a little bit of muckroot, nothing really to write home about. We found a gold volcano right here. That's fine. We've been digging out here, still haven't found much more of anything else. Explored out a little bit over here, got a little bit more algae, just some little scraps of resources which are nice to have. We've made a little bit more progress over here and still found really nothing of note, more sand, and hopefully we're going to try and find the gravitas center either up here or somewhere up here is the idea. We've also done some exploration out to the east over here and found a lot of nothing. It's basically sand, boulders, more hot stuff. We've also made a lot more progress on digging out to our saltwater geyser. So the new plan for the saltwater geyser is that we're going to build a little alcove right here where we can set up some desalinators, and then we're going to dig down to this saltwater biome that we found down here, which is at a reasonable-ish temperature, 47, 48 degrees, something around there. And we are going to let all of the hot 95-degree water that comes out of the saltwater geyser flow down into this biome, mix with it thermally, and then we're going to have a pump down here which will pump the water out into our desalinators over here and then off into our base to be used for electrolysis or to resupply these water reservoirs or whatever purpose we want for it. Probably a lot of electrolysis is in the books for us. So a lot more exploration done. Haven't found much of use, but we've kind of seen a little bit more of the map, which is always helpful. We have also begun some expansion plans. The first, of course, is this slickster ranch. This is just sort of a temporary setup, but we have taken an egg from the slickster that we found up to the northwest, put it in the storage bin, then dropped it out of the storage bin, and it is hatched into a slickster larva, which we are in the process of taming. It's already produced a little bit of crude oil for us, not much, but over time we're going to grow our slickster population, and then we are going to have all of our CO2 converted to oil, and that oil ultimately converted either into petroleum or natural gas to be run into some more generators. Speaking of generators, we're looking at expanding our generator area over here to have more natural gas generators, more petroleum generators, and we're going to look to ultimately replace this carbon skimmer loop that we have right here with more ethanol distilleries and set up more domesticated arbor trees, so that way we can get more polluted dirt, more CO2 for our slicksters, and basically just replace this entire room with a lot of ethanol distillers and then gas pumps, which will bring the carbon dioxide down to some slickster ranches, which will probably be over here. These slickster ranches are very likely going to be distributed vertically as opposed to across like this, but this was a very quick and easy setup just to get our first slickster online, get that process going. We're also looking at expanding out and making some more ranches in this area right here. These are going to be hatch ranches, probably with some gas storage up in these areas. That's the plan, and then we can expand them out again just in this direction, stacking them sort of horizontally until we reach some obstacle of some sort. This obsidian might be a little bit difficult to dig through, so we might just dig out to here and then kind of stop. But yeah, so new saltwater geyser plan. We've made good progress on getting to the saltwater geyser. We've dug out a lot of the areas that we want to dig out. We just need to kind of make this last final leg before we can open up the saltwater geyser and start getting water from it. We've explored out a lot of the other areas of the map. We've got a lot more stuff, more dupes, more beds, more cots, more mess tables, more ice makers, more farms. And we are looking to expand because we are starting to get to that point where we're running out of space. add another 10 dupes to this space, and it's unclear where we're going to set up all of our farms for all that. So moving to something that's a little bit more compact, or at least can survive in an area of higher heat, like a ranch can, would be a good solution for our food issues going forward. We're also going to need to deal with a little bit of the natural gases leaked out in our base, so turning on these pumps again at some point will be nice. But that's it for the episode. We've made pretty good progress, and I think it's only going to accelerate from here. Because once we get access to these water supplies and extra power supplies from the slicksters, really I think a lot of the stuff that we're going to do is going to take off. So that's it for the episode, and I will catch you guys next time.